What's good? Salam alaikum. Walaikum salam. Lafia. And today's video is basically about being an informed client. A lot of issues that we have in this community is mainly because the client is not informed. Um, they hear us talk in these videos, meaning me and other spiritual workers. They see us on Instagram, they see us on social media. And for the most part, they don't really have a grasp on the different traditions in which we represent, and nor do they have a grasp on um, how the different traditions work to get things done. Speaking from the tradition of a Kimbizero or Palo Mayombe Kimbisa, I want to say that any branch of Palo Mayombe is going to deal with appeasing the dead. And depending upon whatever tata or yayi that you that you hire for a particular job, the way that that dead moves is based on how that particular tata or yayi knows how to work with that particular spirit. Okay. So what I want to explain here for those who find my channel and those who come and get readings from me is to understand the nature and the type of spirits that you're dealing with here. Palo, for example, as I think I've explained in other videos, it really deals with the natural and elemental forces that exist on Earth, uh, that exist in the cosmos, that exist in the ancestral realms. Um, these particular forces are syncretized with that of the Orisha. Uh, so we call it cross Palo. Anything that is syncretized with an Orisha is considered cross Palo. Does not mean that it's not effective, does not mean that it does not have credence in the spiritual realms. But what it means is that Palo has um, the science of grounding the energy of an Orisha to earth. And the way that we do that is by making a pact with that particular deity um, and with that particular dead spirit or spirit of the dead, which we bring together to construct a entity known as an Inkisi, which is one of the primary entities in which we use in the Palo tradition. Um, Now, the way that these particular spirits behave is they must be paid. They must be paid to do a job. And they're paid through offerings and primarily sacrifices in Palo, because the dead move off of blood. Okay? It is the very blood that actually keeps the dead bound to this realm, that keeps them stuck at this earth-based level. And while they're stuck at this earth-based level, they also hold the energy of a deity, which we could respectively refer back to an Orisha. For example, like I told you, in Santeria, you have the Elegua. In Palo, you got Lucero. In Santeria, you got Shango. In Palo, you got Insasi. In Santeria, you got Olokun. In Palo, you got Kalunga. In Santeria, you got Ochosi. In Palo, you got Caborando. In Santeria, you got Osein. In Palo, you got Ngulu and Finda. In Santeria, you got Oshun. In Palo, you got Mamachola. In Santeria, you got Ogun. In Palo, you got Zarabanda. In Santeria, you got Yamaya. In Palo, you got Madre de Agua. In Santeria, you got San Lázaro or Babaluaye. In Palo, you got Cobayende. In Santeria, you got Obatala. In Palo, you got Temblatera. In Santeria, you got Oya. In Palo, you got Centella and Doki. Okay? And in Ifa and Orisha, you got Abita. And in Palo, you got Lukankazi. Both traditions particularly work also with Egun or ancestors. And those are just the primary spirits that most people work with in both traditions. But the difference is that when working with the Orisha or working with an Orisha priest, you are working with energies that come down from heaven. Whereas when you work with a Palero, you are working with energies that are already here on earth, that have been bound to the earth. And therefore, because they are bound to the earth, and because they are consecrated with that of an energy of a dead or an ancestor, um, these particular energies have the potentiality to work faster and to move faster in the physical world. But the way that they are moved and the way that they are instigated to work uh, incorporates a couple of different elements. But primarily, whenever we perform work for people, at least I like to. I like to pay the spirit for the job in which they're doing, and I like to pay them in the highest ache in which they are ready to receive, and that is the sangre or minga, also known as blood. Okay, and that blood comes from sacrificial animals, whether it be chickens, roosters, and so forth, goats, or what have you. It's just a part of ATR. It's just a part of the ATR thing. All ATR religions require sacrifice at some point or another. Palo tends to feed a lot on the sacrifices. So when we perform a work for a client, you have to understand that when we initially perform that work for you, all right, depending upon the derecho, to be honest, the derecho or donation, depending upon that you provide for the work, will determine whether or not we're going to go as far as giving a sacrifice. If a person tells me that, oh, I only got $100, I got $200, but I really need your help, I really need your help, I really need your help, I'm gonna say, okay, I'll take that derecho, and I will go in front of my nganga. I will petition that nganga on behalf of that client, and then I will send that spirit out um, to the target or whatever situation is going on for that client. The spirit will not be fed in that sense. It will not receive a sacrifice or anything of that nature. It will just be petitioned and sent out. Okay. Now, if the client is ready to engage in a full powered work, then at that point we will prepare a wanga or a work that will go inside of the nganga, and then the nganga will be fed. Okay. And once that's done, that actually gives more energy, more ache to the intention and to the work and what we want the spirit to actually do. And that determines whether or not that spirit is going to be um, effective in doing what it is that it needs to do in regards to the individual situation. Um, but then there comes a time when the spirit works. They work. The dead are just like you and I in a sense that they need energy to work, just like you need to eat on a daily basis to be able to get up every day and go to work and do your thing and stuff like that and have energy. The dead also need energy in order to work. Okay, so what happens is I have, and this has happened to me. This has happened not to me, but it has happened to clients over the last couple of days where they've contacted me and they say, "Oh, I think I messed up the work," and the spirit is telling me, and before they can even say they messed up the work, they'll say, "Oh, I think I'm going to give up on this work. I don't think it's going to work, blah, blah, blah." And I said, you know what? The reason why it's not going to work is because you won't calm down. I said, you think I don't see you? I said, I see you. I see you arguing with this dude. I see you bickering with this dude. I see you instigating conflict with this dude while we have a spirit that is working to try and bring you two together. You are creating the energy between you all that is actually pushing this person away. And I try to tell him, I said, the more that you do that, the harder you are making it for the spirit to work. And therefore, if you have been doing that, and I have work for you, and I have work going for you, and you've been doing that, then at that point we have to feed the spirit. Okay? If you keep getting in the way of the spirit because you can't calm down, and you can't relax, and you cannot just let go and let the mortal work, or let the spirit work, you already know you dealing with a dude that got another chick. You already know what this dude is capable of. You already know what this girl is capable of. There's no need to keep arguing with this person, going over the same thing over and over and over again, because all it's going to do is push that person away. The best thing that you could do is relax, sit back, chill. You know what I mean? That's the best thing that you could do. And just wait on it to work. Okay? That's the best thing that you could do is wait on it to work. Trying to argue your point with this person and continue with the same behavior that you've been engaging in with this individual, it's not going to do any good for you. Okay? It's not going to do any good for the work, and it's going to cause the spirit to work harder. And then in 21 days, you're going to message me and you're going to say, oh, it's been 21 days and I haven't seen anything. Okay? And people think that we don't know that they've been with the bullshit for the last 21 days. I can usually tell the type of temperament that a lot of my clients have because I can tell the way that they talk to me. If you snappy with me, if you have this passive aggressive attitude towards me, then I'm going to automatically know that you're talking to your significant other in the same way. You don't even know me and you talking to me with this insubordinate attitude. I know you're talking to somebody you're having sex with because you feel more comfortable with that person in an even worse way. And therefore, that it is that attitude that's actually pushing a person away. You may look in the mirror, you be like, but I'm beautiful, I got a car, I got a house, I have all the things that anybody would want in a woman except for the attitude. Don't nobody want to deal with that. Especially when it's a multitude and an abundance of women out here who are doing more for less. Ain't nowhere in the world nobody gonna want to put up with no attitude on a daily basis. Okay? I'm just being real with you. I don't care how good you think your coochie is. I don't care what you're in there cooking for him, or what you're willing to do for him sexually, or any of that other nonsense. I don't care about none of that, because at the end of the day, if you're not creating a peaceful environment, right, and you're not willing to accept this person for who and what they are, while you have spiritual work going on, and let that spirit work on that person, then you're not going to get the type of results that you're looking for. Okay? If you're a guy and you coming off as this needy, clingy, emotional individual, you're not gonna get this girl to be more attracted to you. If you keep begging her every day, so what's up with us? What's up with us? I mean, like, are we together? Are we this? She gonna be like, this motherfucker here, he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of energy that you giving her, and women don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Women don't like that. They like confidence. They don't like people that, they don't like guys that's whiny and, oh man, what, so what's going on? Like, so you dealing with this dude. And then women will say shit when they know that the man is weak in that way. They'll say shit to you just to trigger you. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to go out with so-and-so. What do you mean you're going to go out with so-and-so? What do you mean? What do you mean? She doing that on purpose. And people don't understand that to be honest with you, you got to be cold-hearted. When you do it for men that's doing these works and working with these women in regards to doing these works with them, you cannot be no fucking pushover, bro. You got to be cold-hearted. You be like, man, fuck her. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, go ahead. Go do what you going to do. Shit, I'll be right here. I'm chilling. I'm doing me. And when you act like you don't care, that's when they worry. That's when they want to know what's going on, because they like, well, shit. All you got to do is not be mean to them. Don't be mean, but don't show no emotion. And I guarantee you can flip the tables and turn the tables and have her chasing you without a spell. Try doing that shit before you call one of us talking about you want to do a spell on a girl. And watch, you will turn the tables. Because a woman knows what value you bring to her life. You know what I'm saying? They just don't like the weak shit. That's what they don't like. I promise you that's what they don't like. They don't like that weak shit. You got to be sure of yourself. You got to be confident. You got to be damn near arrogant. You know what I mean? Don't be all the way arrogant, but you got to be confident and sure of yourself. You got to know that shit. If she walk away, I can get another one. I can get 5 of them that look better than you. Fuck you. Like, that's the energy you got to have. And when you have that type of energy, she's going to be like, well, go and get one of them then, or go and do this, or go and do that. Yeah, I see, you do care. Stop acting like you don't care. because you really do care. You know what I'm saying? And when you behave in that way, you take back your power. I got guy clients that be begging me, come on, bro, please, please, bro, please, block her from dealing with other guys, block her from this, block her, please, 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 bro, crying and shit. I'm like, dude, if you talking to me that way, then I know you behaving like that with her. And that shit come off weak and unattractive, and it ain't no spirit in the fucking universe that can turn that situation around, because naturally and organically, she not going to be attracted to that type of vibration. Period. Point blank. She's not going to be attracted to that type of vibration. I'm giving y'all game right now. Okay? I'm giving you game right now. Don't nobody want no weak ass nigga. Period. One of the people always say, you know, how can you be poly? You know what I mean? Like, how do you get women to agree to accept you, to have other, because they automatically acknowledge the value that you bring into their life, and you got to be honest and tell the truth. A lot of y'all men out here, y'all don't tell the truth. Y'all lie. Y'all sneak around. Y'all cheat. You know what I'm saying? And women don't respect that shit. Women respect honesty. But women will respect you for saying, look, you know what I mean? I got a couple of other women that I deal with, you know, but I like you, you know, and I want to get to know you, whatever, you know, and whatever happens, happens. But, you know, I just want to let you know that, man, I'm attracted to you, and this is what's going on. And they will vibe with you if you got value and you bring good conversation, and you got, you know, you bring stimulating conversation and things of that nature. They'll vibe with you. But if you out here lying and shit, you know what I'm saying whatever you gotta say to have sex with some chick, and then once you get the sex, or once you bored with her, now you want to come up with some lame ass excuse why you don't want to be with her no more. And she's sitting there thinking, well, damn, I thought we was hitting it off, and then all of a sudden he just ghosts me. And that's because most dudes don't have the balls to just be honest with a woman and tell them the truth. And then a lot of times when I see men who are actually um, having issues with women, a lot of times these men are very feminine and they're very emotional, and they come off as weak. And the women be playing their ass. I don't want you. I don't want you. Blah, blah, blah. This and that. And they don't understand why the women don't want them. They trying to figure out why the women don't want me. Dude, I can feel why the women don't want you. You crying on the phone to me, bro. So I know if you acting like that with me, then you 9 times out of 10 projecting that type of energy at the woman, and she like, what the fuck is this? I want a man. This nigga sound like a bitch. Like, I want a man. Most of these women out here want a manly man. They want a hard-working, manly man. You think that by giving women everything that they want, that makes them want to be with you more, and they actually don't. To be honest with you, the more that you motherfucking ignore their ass, the more they want you. That's the truth. The more you sit around chasing their ass and all that shit, don't nobody want nobody like that. Because then she gonna think, well, shit, you know what I mean? She gonna get bored with that shit. Women like to fix niggas. So you gotta give her a reason to try to figure you out. Well, what's really going on? Well, why is he acting like this? And why is that? That's why they call me to get readings, so that they can find out what the fuck going on with this dude. Because the women that call me are dealing with dudes who treat them in a halfway similar fashion of what I'm describing, but these dudes are just not being honest. They not being honest, and they don't really know how to navigate a relationship and be who they want to be without losing a woman, because they can't be honest. Okay? So when it comes to these spiritual works, you got to fall back. Like, when I say fall back, and there is no time limit. There's no motherfucking time limit. Especially if this girl, or the dude or the girl that broke up with you and they dating somebody else and all this other type of shit, you got to let shit play out. You got to let the spirit influence the target to the point that they end up doing something that leads them right back to you. And if the person who's doing the work for you knows what they're doing, and I do, then they're going to employ a number of spirits and entities that are going to work on that individual in a specific way. Okay? In regards to closing their doors, in regards to working on their heart, in regards to working on their ego, or whatever it is that's going on with that particular individual, that particular priest or priestess or whatever is going to employ the type of spirits that are going to work on those aspects of the target so that the target can be broken down and brought back to you, influencing them to come back to you. Whether man or woman, it doesn't matter. But it does take time. It absolutely takes time. You know what I mean? Every time that I've ever been in a relationship where I was like emotional over the woman and I wanted her and she was pushing me away and stuff. And the more that I wanted her and the more that I was trying to do it, the more she ain't want me. But in every situation in which I really didn't have time to engage a woman, it's not that I necessarily ignore women. I just don't be having time. I be busy working. I be busy working. I be busy protecting myself. I be busy doing a lot of things to the point where I don't have time for a bunch of women. So even though I say I'm poly, you know, niggas be trying to throw spirits and shit to block my relationships and shit like that. I don't even have girlfriends anyway. I'm like literally poly solo right now. I don't have any girlfriends right now. And nor do I want any. So motherfuckers trying to block my relationships is doing me a favor because I need to focus on other things right now. I'm not even trying to engage people right now. You know what I'm saying? But anytime that I have done that, it went the opposite way. Anytime that I've actually chased a woman or tried to chase her and something, it goes the other way. The moment I be like, fuck it, I ain't finna worry about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, I do my thing, and the girl may see me on social media, and then she be like, oh shit. And then next thing you know, she in my inbox talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even have to ask her to talk to me. She just talked to me. You know what I mean? And it's all a reversal. It's all a reversal of the polarity of energy. You just got to flip that shit around. I told one of my clients a long time ago. He kept fucking groveling and crying and begging this girl to tell him where they stand and all this other shit. I'm like, stop asking her that shit. Just be her friend first. Be her friend first. Girls fall in love with their friends. Girls fall in love with guys who they are friends with first. If they can be open and honest and vulnerable with you and they can be your friend, they're going to fall in love with you. You ain't even got to ask them. They're going to be talking about shit, well, we go together now, or we this, or we that. They're going to be telling you what the situation is. You're not going to have to ask. But y'all dudes got to stop sweating these women. The more you sweat them, the more they're not going to respect you. I'm telling you. Because the main thing is they're going to think that your ass is, they're going to think that you want something. They're going to think that you want something. So, I just wanted to drop a little game on y'all in regards to, you know, how to move with these spiritual works. And to also let you know that if for whatever reason you know you've been acting up in the relationship during the time in which you have already gotten work done, and you've been acting up, and you know what I mean by acting up, arguing, snapping on a nigga, you know what I mean, or saying reckless shit, you know what I mean. By the time that 21 days open, you might as well go on my website and book that offering and that sacrifice and feed that work again. Because that spirit going to need more energy and probably different types of offerings in order to bring that situation back around to your side. And that's what I'm noticing. That's one of the reasons why I added it to the site, was because people started I started realizing like these people are fucking up the work. So the only way to fix it is if they go ahead and pay for that sacrifice, that offering, to get the energy back working in their favor. To get it back working in their favor. So I'm going to go ahead and leave y'all with that. Click the link in the description of the video to book either an offering or a sacrifice if I'm already working with you and you're trying to get things moving faster, or to book a consultation, or to book a spiritual reading. You know what I'm saying? To find out what's really going on around you right now. But go ahead and click the link in the description of the video. Follow me on the social medias, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. You know what I mean? Follow me on that shit. And I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.